And I am live. This is part 2 of another live stream. I just wrapped up that other live stream maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago. So this is part 2 of that live stream because StreamYard is one of those things that just stops streaming, or it stops recording after like 2 hours whenever it posts as a straight video later on. So this is just part 2 of a live stream, so that everybody can see everything. I actually have some tea steeping in the other room, so I will be getting up in another 5 minutes to get that tea. In the meantime, whilst it steeps, hey, how's it going? I hope that you enjoyed the previous live stream. Ooh, excellent. I was making some follow-up calls in that 10 minutes between the previous live stream and this one. One of the phone calls that I got was with someplace in Toledo that wants to give me a tour of someplace called the Wellington House. Apparently, my roommate Alex has heard good things about the Wellington House. I have not heard diddly crap about the Wellington House, so I have no idea. She's like, oh, I've heard good things about Wellington House. And I'm like, that's good, because I've never heard of it. LOL. Like, I'm really glad that my buddy Alex is helping with the apartment search up in the Toledo area, because I don't know a dang thing about the Toledo area. I know way more about Columbus than I do about Toledo. That said, I am also looking at apartments in the Columbus area, seeing if there's anything available there that fits within our specifications. You know, I wasn't going to say a rent amount, but I'll just go ahead and throw out numbers, because I feel like, you know, as a society, we should be okay with talking about money more. And that involves being honest about what it is that you can afford in rent. So what my roommate Alex and I are looking for is a 2-bedroom apartment for under $1,100 a month. And that $1,100 should also cover utilities, because if it's like an apartment listing that's like $780 a month, but you have to pay utilities, we did the numbers and pretty sure that we could do that. So, but I don't, if there's a listing that's like, oh yes, it's $1,300 a month and you have to pay for your own utilities, that's just a no. We're not going to try for that one. So it helped us narrow down a few different places. Like, we're not going to afford any place in Polaris, which is fine, because Polaris wasn't really a place that I was looking at to begin with. Polaris is the ritzier side of Columbus. It's where a bunch of money is. Polaris, Victorian Row, and Easton are like 3 of the more expensive neighborhoods in Columbus. If you're looking for more affordable, less shady places, I've discovered that Grove City, Worthington, bits of Westerville, and Galloway are probably going to be your best bets. The other thing about Columbus too is that they're expanding a lot. There's like new housing and apartment complexes being built like left and right. It's kind of bananas. And I think a part of that too is that there's just a lot of warehouses that are being built. Like, I heard from my buddy Ben, who also lives in Columbus. I don't remember which suburb he lives in. Not Whitehall. He does not live in Whitehall. That's one thing that I was explicitly warned of by a cousin of mine who lives in Columbus, is do not move to Whitehall. It's on the east side of Columbus, and Whitehall is generally where you go if you want to get shot, or if you want to be featured in the news because your neighbor got shot. So maybe avoid Whitehall. Also, that's the neighborhood that's south of the airport. because Columbus has an airport. The area surrounding the airport is not the best neighborhood, also noise pollution. Reynoldsburg, I've had some friends of mine who lived in Reynoldsburg, and they've said good things about it. Pickerington is another decent-ish neighborhood. That's like on the east side, but it's away from Whitehall. But I'm not looking at Pickerington for the most part. I want to look at like Grove City, Galloway, Worthington, maybe Westerville, but I'll be honest, the Worthington Westerville area is the home to a few family members that I'd rather not deal with. So I don't want to be in those neighborhoods. I'll happily live in Galloway though, or Grove City, however it falls. And there's a couple other places relatively close to downtown Columbus. I did tour one place that was relatively close to downtown Columbus. Neighborhood seemed nice. It's off of East Long Street, but on kind of the nicer end of East Long Street. So there's that. I'm going to go check on my tea. Here in just a minute, I want to check other messages too. Forest. Okay, I'm going to go get tea. I will be right back. The tea that I am drinking, as soon as I rearrange a couple things, there we go. The tea that I am drinking is called Women's Balance Tea. I got this mix when I was in Philadelphia back in August. And yes, it's still good. In it is peppermint, and now the sun comes out. Peppermint, raspberry leaf, lady's mantle, lemon verbena, nettle, partridge berry, and alfalfa leaf. I had never heard of partridge berry until I picked up this particular tea mix. This I got actually at the Reading Terminal Market. If you have never been to Philadelphia, get thee to the Reading Terminal Market. It is the best dang marketplace I have ever seen. They have this little herbiary shop where you can get this kind of mix and other tea mixes. It's delightful, and I love it. It's also the place where I got my coin purse, and I have to show my coin purse. Hold on, I gotta show this because this is just, it's wizardry. Watch this wizardry. So, looks like a fairly blank or a fairly flat little square, but you get the right corners. And it's a cube, and in the cube is your change. It's amazing. And then you fold it back up and it stays flat. And I love this. I love this so much. Oh my God. Oh. It is now my official change purse, and I keep that in my wallet. Yes, I did make this wallet myself. It has lasted me, oh God, 7 years, I want to say. However long it's been since I've had this very faded Greedling sticker on it. I feel like I got this back in 2013, I want to say. So the wallet has been around at least since then. I don't know how long exactly. All right, since the sun is out, I'm going to turn this lamp off and have something to do with the sunlight because it's coming from an awkward angle.
What? Oh, there you are. I thought that was a cat show.
Oh, well, I can't really do much for this curtain because it's going to squish into my tomato leaves. I have tomato plants that are sitting on the windowsill, and I don't want to inadvertently hurt them with the window thing. Stopping in for a few minutes before returning to writing. Looks nice and sunny. Thank you, Chris. That change purse is A+. Isn't it, though? It's beautiful, and I love it, and I'm so glad I got it. And it's made of leather. That's the best thing. It's made out of Moroccan leather. Best thing that I ever invested in. Oh, my God. I'm so happy with it. And it's lasted this long. It's amazing. All right. Drinking me this women's balanced tea with an herb that I'd never heard of before called partridge berry. It also has nettle leaf and a few other herbs in there. Nettle leaf actually works perfectly fine as far as herbs for teas go. Nettle leaf is a good, like, kind of a filler leaf if you're looking for a filler leaf for your homebrewed teas. Because I also mix my own tea mixes. Nettle leaf is really good for that sort of thing. Rosemary is one of those herbs that you can put it into an herbal tea, but I would recommend that you include it with other things because rosemary is a very, very light. And in order to get any kind of decent flavor out of it, you have to let it soak in the hot water for like a stupidly long time. All right, back to inking the comic. I'm going to set the timer for, how long do I want to set the timer for? That's good to hear from Alex. Alex just sent me a message. Alex being my potential roommate whenever I move. I say potential because we're still looking for a place, and we don't have to move until April, and a lot of things can happen in between now and April, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to set a timer through Forest, the Forest app. If you were watching me in the previous live stream, you know exactly what it is because I would not shut up about it. So I'm going to set in 25 minutes, I should be able to finish inking this page of The Legend of Jamie Roberts and then pencil in some of the details in the validation strip that I've got going on. So 25 minutes, starting now. I'm growing me a digital pine tree in the meantime. And that'll keep me off my phone. Drinking Constant Comment right now. I have never heard of this mix. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to allow screen share for a hot minute. You know what? No, not share audio. I was going to click share audio so that you could hear what I'm playing on YouTube, but realistically, you'd have a better luck hearing that if it's playing on my phone. Constant Comment Tea. I had never heard of this mix. Oh, it's from Bigelow. Okay. That's probably why I never heard of it, because I don't generally drink Bigelow tea. Full disclosure, I tend to drink either mixes I made myself, Twining, or what's that one that has the sleepy time tea? There's a brand of tea that has sleepy time teas. Anyway, I need to actually focus because the timer on my phone's been going for a good like minute and a half now. Okay, anyway, tea time is done. And back to inking this here comic page. I need noise. That's better. Like I mentioned in the previous live stream, one day I want to cosplay as this character that I'm drawing right now, The Voice. If you stick with The Legend of Jamie Roberts long enough, you will learn why this character is called The Voice. I just realized I also promised in the previous live stream that I would show a picture of this character, The Voice, and then I never did. So I'll have to do that on my next little break here. Because I painted The Voice in a watercolor painting that actually got showcased at the Stifle Center, the local art gallery in Wheeling, West Virginia. I got featured for a show called Visions and Shadows, and the painting that I did featured The Voice and another masked figure, Patakloon, which I named them. The painting was called The Voice and the Messenger. There we go. Also, FYI, for those of you who read The Legend of Jamie Roberts, these next few pages in the webcomic are going to have some non-sexual nudity. Just a heads up. All right. So this is inked. It's actually looking pretty good, if I dare say so myself. Yeah. All right. We're going to set this aside to let those inks dry. Putting the sketchbook away. Now to get this here page of validation so that I can finish penciling it. Turn screen share back on. There we go. That way I can see scripts and some visual references to the characters that I'm drawing. Again, you would think that I would draw character sheets for these characters, but no! I'm a professional. Yeah. Look at something in the script here. Ugh. I still get a kick out of Roxy being like, your fandoms are foreign to me. I still got to get ideas for, because one little side project that Chris and I want to do with Roxy is to give Roxy her own Instagram and have her just post whatever it is that she wants to post, like almost like a you know, just a view into her life kind of a thing, but as an Instagram profile. But I'm also imagining it as almost like comic strips available to read, kind of like what Pixie and Brutus does, aka Pet Foolery on Instagram. Brutus and Pixie are a series of comic strips that are on Instagram. I was thinking about maybe doing something similar with Roxy, but also something similar with Mike and Steve, these two side characters that I absolutely adore from Validation. Like, part of the reason that Mike and Steve even show up half as often as they do is because Chris knows that I love them. Full disclosure, like the only reason that Mike and Steve pop up as often as they do is because I love them and I love drawing them and I love drawing their interactions every time they pop up in the comic strip. I love their little like bro dynamic. It's great. I love it. And I want to do something with that in their own little Instagram profile, maybe giving Mike and Steve their own Instagram profile and having them do their own shtick. Mostly because I am a sucker for Mike and Steve. Also, I'm going to take credit for Mike and Steve turning out the way that they did, because the initial conception for them was that they would totally be the dude bros that you would expect them to be, like typical party frat boys. And then I looked at the script and I was like, but what if? And you're welcome for that. I want to take full credit for that. So part of the reason that they are as adorable as they are is because of me. You're welcome. I know on a logical level, I have gotten better at drawing people in walking segments. And yet there's the emotional part of me that's like, you still suck at drawing people walking. But I know on a logical level, I have gotten better at it. It's, I hate it when the two different parts of my brain are arguing about which one is right. My anxiety brain is so stupid. The other day, I was on my way to a shift at my local gas station where I work part-time to pay off the student loans. And I kid you not, on the ride out of the freaking driveway and then down the little side road, before I even turn onto the main street, my brain is like, did the garage door close all the way? And I was like, yes, it did. We should double back and make sure. No, we should not. We are going to trust that the garage door is closed. We are not doubling back to see. We are going to work. My anxiety brain is so stupid. Just checking to see if there were any new. Cool to see the behind the scenes process. Mike and Steve are the best. Back to writing. Yes, they are the best. Unapologetically, they are the best, and I love them to bits. I'm glad to share the behind the scenes process for how this stuff works. I'm always happy to talk trade, so if you got any questions, just hit me up, let me know. Yeah. I want to turn screen sharing off for a hot. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay. I love drawing Katie's afro. So much fun. Eyebrow was itchy for a hot minute. Did Jolene have any earrings? To check that. Nope. Okay. It's just Katie. The sun coming in and out like this is obnoxious. There we go. Okay. I could do better with Julian's hair here, but I'm going to leave this as is for now.
I see you at the corner of my eye, Bree. Here you go. I got that Bree. Let's see how long she stays in my lap. This is my lap, baby. Oftentimes, when she jumps in, she will stay as long as she can. As long as she can get away. Oh, 25 minutes has passed. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Alrighty. Making pretty good progress on this validation strip. Getting some of the faces in. Don't know how well you can see. There it is. Yeah, getting some faces in there, because before I only got like the general gestures. Now I'm working on the finer details of it. I do need to make a follow-up email with my comic printer. They sent me the proof for Dragons, a sketchbook. They recentered almost all of the images that I sent, but a good chunk of them did not need to be centered. So I'm going to need to send an email to them to specify which pages did not need centered. I think I'll do that now, actually. All right. Yeah, let's do screen share for this one. Why not? That way you can see not just what I mean, but let's see. Well, I needed to adjust the angle. As much as I want to keep showing you the Brie, I do need to actually look at the screen so that I can send this email. So, all right. Compose to wait. Actually, the easiest way to do this is to reply to Kitty, don't nudge your face on that.
Okay, so sorry, nose itchy. Oh, I already got the files. Let me look at them again. It's here, sketchbook, 2019 in Inktober. This numbered one here. Now, down it goes. You know what? Page down. Here we go. Some of these look perfectly fine when centered, but this one is not fine. I do not like this little white edge to it. So page 8 does not need centered. Hi, Sarah, because this is the person who takes care of the proofs at this company. For the most part, I don't mind the pages getting recentered. Uh-oh. Brie is doing the little burps.
How come you're doing the little burps, Brie? Are you done doing the little burps? I don't mind if the page is getting recentered. However, I would ask that you get the following pages aligned back to the edge of the page. That way the bleed edge touches, how do I phrase this? The bleed edge touches the reader facing side. Pages 8. Let's see which other ones, because that was page 8. Oh, 9 for sure needs to get back on the edge. I'll get back to inking in just a minute, because that was the timer saying my 5-minute break was up. Oh. 13 needs to get back to the edge. That one's fine, that one's fine, that's fine. I think the next few ones are going to be fine. Page 20. You know, page 20 should be fine, because the edge, because like this edge over here is going to be in the center fold. So it should be fine. Yeah, that one will be fine. Y is okay, page 27 got blown up. Page 27 got enlarged. I want it to be shrunk back down so that no bits are cropped off. Let's see. Those ones are fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. She'll be okay. Page 33 needs to be back on the edge. And towards the end. Okay. Page 18, 8, 9, 13, 27, and 33. I would like to see the flush with the bleed edge. Flush with the edge of the page with any excess white as close to a spine
possible. Let me rephrase that. Flush with the edge of the page with the, not the cropped, with the not flush bits facing the center fold. That's the best I can phrase it, I guess. Touches the reader facing side, page 8. Pages 8, 9, 13, 27, and 33. I would like to see flush with the edge of the page with the not flush bits facing the center fold. I would like page 14's top edge to be flush with the top of the page. Also, page 27 got enlarged. I would like the full dragon be visible and not have bits cropped off. If you need me to adjust the original proof to make this easier, let me know and I can do my best. All right, message sent. We will see what they say to that. To be realistic, that's the most adjustments that I have asked this printer to make on any particular book that I have sent to them. So we'll see how they react to that, because that's more than what I usually request out of them. Tea's almost done. I don't recognize that number, and the caller ID said scam likely, so I'm not answering it. Alrighty. There's a little bit more that still needs done with the penciling for validation. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I will work on, I think the next thing that I do after that will be scanning this page of the Legend of Jamie Roberts that I got inked. But then there's another part of me that's like, well, maybe I should let it sit for a while longer so that the inks can for sure be dry, and just ink validation instead. But I also need to scan the pencils in, because the way that I work on validation is I will pencil it, scan the pencils, send to Chris for approval. If she approves, she will post those pencils up on her Patreon page. And then after that, after it's gotten the approval that I need, then I will ink it. If it still needs work, the pencils can get adjusted. But if it's got the green light, then I'll just ink it. But I got to send the pencils first. So let me do the final touches of the pencils on this. Then I will erase the pencil lines on the Jamie Roberts page. And then I will scan both of those into the computer over the next 20 minutes. This time I am going to play YouTube and have a timer. Shush advertisement. I'm going to have a timer going on here. Oh, excellent. Okay. Now let's get trying to think of what kind of music to play. And realistically, I want to play as much video game music and anime music as possible. That way YouTube doesn't try to strike down my videos. So let's go with There we go.
Oh, yes?
Bree's pawing at me. It's cute, but it's like, girl.
Meow. Thank you.
She lashed herself onto my sleeve. It was awkward. There we go.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Well, are you startled? Okay.
ICR knows you need the right equipment.
Shush. I don't need to know about that particular advertisement. Wait.
Okay. I need the computer at this angle for a hot minute. Come on. There we go. Be right back. Hi, you. I have a scarlet by my feet. How big is A3? All right, what the heck? Goku, you're drunk. Get back up. Knocking over everything. All right. Yes, those are figures sitting on top of that wood crate over there. Okay, this playlist doesn't have a whole bunch of anime soundtracks or anything, so let's go to a different playlist. Specifically, where was it? It was on my YouTube list. I have like an enormous list of playlists that I turn to. There it is. Oddworld Abe's Exodus original soundtrack. He just wants attention. Oh, now I discovered this is a thing. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. Putting this in a different folder. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Got this timer still going. Let's get Clip Studio Paint up. You know, I do agree with Cat Icarus concerning the sound effects of this particular game. Because those critter screeches that you're hearing are technically considered the howls of something called a scrab. Their power charge sounds more like a howl than that. I think someone fucked up there. Pardon my language. Making sure everything's working as intended. Okay. Cool. Oh, hair on the screen. Ah, there we go. Okay. The timer is done, so that means those scans are looking great. Don't they though? Oh my God, I love this scanner. I nicknamed him Beefy McMuscleton because he's like half the size of my body, but that's only because he's like the one scanner printer machine that I found that had an 11 by 17 scanner bed. I love how crisply these images are coming out. Oh, it helps though that this is a HP Office Jet. It's in the HP Office Jet series, so HP is very good at their image qualities. Though that does remind me, I have a friend of mine. I mentioned him a couple times before. The perfect name, Beefy McMuscleton. Yes, oh my God. I wish I could show you Beefy McMuscleton so that you could see, just for context, how big and beefy he is. But woof, yeah, freaking, he's a honk.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I'm not talking about you. Yes.
Now, I want to get her on my lap, but at the same time, she is terrified of the chair because I accidentally ran over her tail once, and I still feel really bad about that. But ever since then, she has been deathly afraid of the chair.
Haven't you? Boost your nose, maybe? Yeah. Boost your nose. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I need to run to the bathroom. I will be right back, y'all. I will have this on standby. I will be right back.
Scarlett, are you still over there? There you are. Oh, no Scoobies. No Scoobies. No.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a cat. Now, Betty Ben, who I mentioned before in the previous live stream, he got a Epson printer, and I've heard a lot of people say that if you're a professional artist, you need to get your hands on an Epson printer, but he's had nothing but issues with his particular machine. I have never had any issues with Beefy McMuscleton, aside from the fact that he doesn't like cardstock. He, for some strange reason, will swallow cardstock sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. If I'm not careful about how I feed it in or something, I guess. I don't know. But any other paper, especially photo paper, he does perfectly fine with it. There was one time that I tried to print an 11 by 17 through Beefy McMuscleton because he's actually designed to help print things at 11 by 17, but it let's just say that there's a reason that I turned to a print shop that's local to me for printing up things like the Forest Spirit as 11 by 17 prints for sale at conventions. Because Beefy McMuscleton, while he can do a lot of things, can't necessarily do that super well. It's been great watching you, but I got to head out. Good luck finishing the panels. Thank you. Good luck at whatever it is that you're up to next, and I will see you next time. You're awesome. All right, so I'm probably going to stream for just a little bit longer, and then I will call it a day, more than likely. Let's see here. I'll get back to the soundtracks here soon. Sorry, I just saw a notification because I'm okay. Full disclosure, I'm a big dork for Critical Role. And I saw that Mini Primetime has a new episode. Mini Primetime is hosted by Will Friedle. Will Friedle is also the voice of Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible. And he was also the Big Brother figure in Boy Meets World. Now, Will Friedle started this little show called Mini Primetime, in which he shows you how to paint miniatures for role-playing games. But his sense of humor is very troll-like. I love it. And I just saw the notification saying that there's a new episode of his show with Matthew Mercer as the guest. And I want to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it right now. I will watch it after the stream. Because, oh my God, I'm such a dork. But I just saw that notification and I was like, ooh, that ought to be good. Because the episode with Laura Bailey was great. Because in every episode up to that one, Will Friedle kept making the joke of, what is it like to be married to Laura Bailey? And then Laura Bailey was a guest on the show. And he goes, you are famously single. And I'm just like, yes, this is the kind of comedy I live for. So, back to the live stream. I'm going to focus for how long have we been streaming? We have been going for an hour and 21 minutes-ish. So, I'm thinking probably another... Oh, I'm kind of at the boring parts, actually. Well, either I'm going to ink validation or I'm going to... Actually, no, I can't ink validation. I got to wait for Chris to approve the pencils first. So then that leaves editing The Legend of Jamie Roberts, combing through it and getting rid of any blemishes and stuff, which that part's kind of boring. So maybe instead, you know what? I will take a look at... Okay. This here is my bullet journal. This is the cover for it. I covered it in stickers because, yes, this is the current spread that I have for the week. This is how I keep track of my to-do lists and everything. My spread for December is actually super simple. Just keeping track of all of the gifts that I gotta get for people and keeping track of the projects that I am up to. The top half of the page is projects that need edited. The bottom half is projects that need drafted. This does not count podcasts or blog posts. Those are their own separate thing. But as it turns out, I have 14 projects that count as either novels, graphic novels, or other kinds of comic projects. 7 of them need edited. 7 of them need drafted, which is 14 stories altogether. Holy banana pants, that's a lot. Anyway, yeah, the bullet journal has been really handy keeping track of to-do lists, the goals that I have, what needs to be done in the month, and etc. That said, this is not my calendar. I have a separate calendar to keep track of that stuff. This is just for to-do lists and project tracking. So today, out of this book. So today we did the live stream. I penciled The Legend of Jamie Roberts. I still got to schedule a blog post update to go up tomorrow. I have on here that I need to format a new Facebook page header, so I might do that. But a lot of these are like more detail-y things and not necessarily things that make good live stream material. So I think I may just end it there, actually. So anyway, shush, computer. I do not need to know this. All right. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this part 2 of the live stream. It inadvertently became a part 2, thanks to Kai and Yup's idea in the previous stream. They were the ones who suggested that I do a part 2, which is what you're watching right now. So this was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to live streaming again next Wednesday. The next live stream is going to be happening Wednesday, December 11th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I would usually stream on Saturdays. It's just that the next couple of Saturdays I'm either out of town or previously engaged with stuff. So Wednesdays it is until the next announcement. I'll go ahead and make the announcement now. So next live stream is December 11th. The next one after that is projected to be December 21st, which is a Saturday. We will see if it actually happens. Any further notice, I will keep you updated on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and my website. My website you can find here, kelseydcrawford.com. All right, that's all for now. Here, I'll take my glasses off so you can actually see my eyes, and so that you can see my face. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next live stream again next Wednesday, December 11th, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Figure out what time zone that is for you. Any changes to that, and I will let you know via my website or my social media links. Thank you so much for watching. You are awesome.